Hello everyone, this is ChairType, and welcome back to Exit Corners. Um, let's see. Yep, finally coming back to this. So sometime between this episode and the last one, my save file got deleted. I've, so I've been having, sorry. So I've had to use the catch-up tool to get back to where I was, and I think I did everything roughly the same way, so we'll see at least. Okay, so zoom chapter here. Okay, and I still can't make any sense of these. Sort by color. Wait, this lights up? Did that do anything? Wait, and there's this here. So, right. Okay, yeah, I still don't have any bright ideas to solve this, so, let's see, red. Wonder if it has something to do with the letters. Red, house, tape, printer, mail. No, I'm still not seeing it. Okay, so, I'm gonna do what I always do. Ask everyone else until someone else solves the puzzle for me. Sort by color, huh? But all the symbols are all black and white. If the previous two puzzles are anything to go by, it's probably some sort of riddle. So, each of the symbols represents a color? I think you're on the right track, but I don't think that it's possible that each button represents only a single color. Oh. What? No, wait, that must have been ink speaking before. Sorry, I'm getting them mixed up. The answer must be 5 symbols long, but there are only 4 buttons. That means at least one of the buttons is repeated. Unless we're supposed to leave the last tile blank, they can't all represent just one color. They must be indicative of something else. Oh, that makes sense. You sure are clever, Ink. Huh. Ink Aether shipping? Ink, sir? I wonder, why didn't Sense show us... why didn't Sense show up this time? Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe he did leave a message, but Ray was the only one in the room at the time? I guess that's possible, but I think Ray would have told us. Whatever the reason, I sure don't miss him. Yeah, he creeps me out. Okay, so... Any ideas? I haven't thought of anything, sorry. I see. Well, don't get too worked up over it. I'm sure you'll come up with something eventually. I'll try my best to think of something. I can tell she keeps trying really hard to come up with a solution, but she's falling flat every time. I feel kinda bad for her. Let's see. Oh, am I supposed to use the robot voice for the blue text? I don't remember. Lisa, can you give us a hand with this puzzle? Think you guys can do this one without me? I'm giving my father as many details about my situation as I can. Alright, if it'll speed up our rescue, then text him all you want. It sure would be nice if Lisa's father rescued us instead of having to play the entirety of Exit Corners. But why do I get the feeling it won't be that easy? I'm really interested to see how that works out, the whole rescue thing. I wonder if, like, the hotel is set to blow up if there's outside interference. Hmm. Ugh, no one's helping. And I still can't make hide nor hair of this riddle. Neck's cramping up. Let's try Beth. I think I did that before, but let's try it again. I imagine it works like any other button-based security system. If you input the right password, the door will unlock. And the password uses symbols instead of letters or numbers? That's what it looks like. Let's see. The first button is an envelope, so I suppose it signifies mail. Yeah, that's what I thought. Perhaps, though when I look at it, I think email. Email? You mean electric mail, right? You know what? Let's just stick with mail. Just done. Give up. Alright, and the second symbol, what is that? It means print. I see. And the one on the far right is house? I feel like it means home, but I suppose it could be house. That leaves the third one, which is probably tape. Tape? Yes, you know what that is. Well, yeah, I just thought that the button meant record. Ah, I was worried you might not recognize the tape. They died out many years ago. Yeah, I was really young the last time I saw an old cassette tape like that. Pretty nostalgic, huh? Very much so. Could there be another meaning to that? Like, maybe it holds some special significance for her? Hmm. Tape. Wait, tape? Whoa, oh, is this color teal? I'm wondering if the first letters match up. Hmm. So, oh wait, is this tan or maybe gray? Cassette or what could mail correspond to? Let's keep questioning people. Okay, so Ray, yeah. Okay, yeah, I've read this before. You can't remember if I've read this before. You mentioned you had an idea of how to solve this thing. I did, but it didn't work. Well, what was it? Maybe you were on the right track. I guess telling you couldn't hurt. Notice the symbols on the buttons? They're everyday icons you can find very easily on most computers or even cell phones. Yeah, anyone who is even a little familiar with computers should know what they are. So here we've got 4 grayscale icons: email, print, home, and record. And we've got 5 colors: red, green, blue, white, and black. Oh, so that's what he was thinking they are. I figured that matching each color up with the icon most likely to be that color. Home, print, home, email, record. That was the combination I tried. So at the very least, that particular combination doesn't work. I guess I had the wrong idea. What did he say it was? Home, print, home, mail, record. Sorry. And hang on a second. Gonna make sure I'm recording right. Yeah, everything seems to be going fine. So, okay, but we decided that this was tape instead of record, so... Oh, red tape? And then green... Green... Okay, I'm not sure about that. Blue would be... Okay, and he said he thought this was... Okay, white and black, right? Let's see. Nope. What if I tried these two the other way around? Because I think a mail icon would be white. And the home thing shows up as black here. I feel like I'm onto something, I just... Yeah, and even if I'm convinced that that's tape, it doesn't narrow it down much. Okay, I'm gonna ask Ray one more time. Any other ideas, Ray? No. You know, you could always try to brute force it like I did. I mean, it would take a while, but you'd get the right answer eventually. I'm not sure I want to resort to that. Suit yourself. I'm telling you, that's the fastest way to solve this thing. Okay. Let's see. With the first one being tape for sure, that narrows the rest down to something like, 4 to the 4th power. It's still too much. I'll try asking Beth again. I think I've got a good idea of what these buttons are for. What is it? The items illustrated on the buttons seem very specific, don't you think? I think the name of the depicted object is more important than the object itself. What makes you think that? The tape button. From what I remember, most tapes were black, though I have seen them made in a variety of colors. I don't think the actual tape is what's important. If Scent wanted us to think black upon seeing the button, why didn't he put something more obvious, like an 8-ball? Good. No, wait, was that... I can't keep track of who's speaking. Good point. Good point. I wonder why Scent decided to do it that way. Well, like I said, maybe it has to do with like phrases. Wait, red tape, blackmail. Okay. White House? Oh. Blueprint! Ah! Look at me, I'm so clever. I'm way too happy about this. But I actually kind of figured it out on my own. So okay, greenhouse, blueprint, White House, blackmail. Come on, tell me I got it. Yeah! Look at me, I'm so clever. Okay, enough patting myself on the back. Was that the right combination? Or was that the right combination? I think so. How is that the solution? I think I get it. They're all, expressions. Right. From right to left, we've got red tape, greenhouse, blueprint, White House, and blackmail. Man, that puzzle was stupid. You're just jealous because you couldn't figure it out. Oh yeah? I think you're just angry that you couldn't figure it out. See this girl. This girl gets it. This is why Lisa's my favorite. You're one to talk. You just stood there staring at your Gemini the entire time. Oh, please. I just got us all rescued, thank you very much. Oh, is your father sending help? Yeah, I filled him in on pretty much everything that's happened so far. As soon as he finds the location of this hotel, he'll be sending his best men after us. That's awesome news, Lisa. My contact Scene is also searching for the address, so if he finds it before your father does... A familiar sound echoed through the tiny chamber. Ink peeked at his Gemini screen, but saw no notifications. That's mine. Or, that's mine. Earl, he got back to me. That's awesome, Beth. It looks like your son wants to talk to you after all. Aether, would you mind helping me compose a message once again? Oh, I still can't believe it. No problem, Beth. Bring your Gemini over here. I'm happy for her, you know. Are you talking to me? I think it's great that even after all this time of not speaking to one another, Beth's son is still willing to help her out in a time of need. Yeah, that's really magical. I'm on the verge of tears. Ooh, bit heavy on the soon and light on the dare. Are we there, Are we now, Lisa? Lisa? Sorry for trying to be positive. Oh, that one's me. Okay, scene. Let's see if you found anything out. Hey, Hank. What took you so long? You found the address, right? About that, Hank, I've got some good news and some bad news. Real original. Anyway, spell. The good news is that the address I found for the Four Elements Hotel points to downtown Belbridge. So I'm in Belbridge after all. Thanks for letting me know, but of course there's the bad news. What is it? The Four Elements Hotel no longer exists. What? Or what? That was a typo, right? It closed down about around 20 years ago and was subsequently demolished. That's why it took me so long to find any information about it. Are you sure you're in the right hotel? There's got to be another hotel named the Four Elements. That's all there is to it. Well, me talking. That or Scent is just flat out lying to us. Maybe it's like another riddle. The next closest one is way out of the country. There's no way you could have made it there from Belbridge in a day. Hank, are you there? Hello? End chapter. Ooh. Well, so much for that. So apparently, okay, it's not about it being booby-trapped or anything, it's just the location Scent gave us is totally useless. Excuse me? Okay, I'm going to start into the next chapter at least. Chapter 4, that sinking feeling. The Four Elements Hotel no longer exists. Ink read the message again. It made no more sense the second time, or the third, or fourth. The Four Elements Hotel no longer exists. Ink paused, unsure of whether to bring it up. I don't want to cause panic, but if I don't tell them, their contacts might waste valuable time looking for this place. I'm trying the robot voice. I don't know anymore. It's fun to do the robot voice anyway. Here goes nothing. I've got some bad news, guys. Did your friend get back to you? He did. As for the address of this hotel, is the Four Elements not in Belbridge? That's fine, I suspected as much. Not quite. The hotel isn't, anywhere. Could he not find the address? He did find an address, and it does lead to downtown Belbridge, but the hotel doesn't exist anymore. What? What do you mean it doesn't exist? Your friend must be mistaken. Well, there was a hotel called the Four Elements in Belbridge, but the hotel was demolished around 20 years ago. It isn't around anymore. There's no point in telling your father to look for it. That's ridiculous. I don't believe that for a second. If the hotel doesn't exist, then how is it possible that we're inside of it? Well, I kind of expected something like this. I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of it. You expected the hotel to not exist? Stop saying that the hotel doesn't exist. What kind of talk is that? Come on, Ink. There's a perfectly good explanation for all this. You know what it is, right? Is it that it's another riddle? We've traveled through time? I almost want to see his reaction, but we're in another building? One designed to resemble the four elements? Right on. But why would anyone want to disguise another building as a 20-year-old hotel? I'm not sure why Scent chose the Four Elements Hotel specifically. Scent could simply hold some personal attachment to the hotel. Or maybe he knew one of our contacts would look up the address. No, oh, that's me. Or maybe he knew one of our contacts would look up the address and wanted to get some sort of reaction out of us. That's possible, too. What's important is that Scent has made it impossible for us to call for help. We'd almost be better off if he hadn't given this building a name at all. There's no way for us to know where we are. My father... Your father won't be able to find us. Even if he goes to where the old Four Elements Hotel used to stand, he'll be looking in the wrong place. Oh, sorry. I'll try not to be too disgusting. My ears are clogged or something. Okay, moving on. I still won't believe that until my father tells me himself. Ink held on to the hope that somehow Lisa's father would report back with different news. He trusted Scene, but hoped his friend had simply gotten mixed up. Well, now that our chances of rescue have plummeted, it looks like our best bet is to play exit corners. And win. Yeah, we've been idling in this hallway long enough. Let's move. Ray led the way into the next room, with Ink following close behind. Two pairs of elevators lined the walls within. Ink found the air in the room pleasantly warm, if humid. Elevators? And no lobby in sight. We mustn't be on ground level. Think they'll lead us to the exit? It would be foolish to assume that we've already reached the exit. But we'll be one step closer, at least. There's a door around the corner at the far end. There's a little plaque next to the door with a symbol on it. Not sure what it means. I think that just means it leads to a stairwell, dear. Right. Could you see if it's locked? Yeah, I guess. Where's Scent, I wonder? I think we should take the stairs. Oh, why is that? Unless you've got a good reason, Aether, I'd prefer to take the elevators. I guess... Okay, I might see where Aether's coming from. Elevators have more of a risk of danger and failure. Never mind, then. We don't have a choice. The door leading to the stairwell is locked, so elevators it is. Elevators, you say? It doesn't look like there are any buttons we can use to call them. How are we supposed to get the doors open? I wonder if there's some sort of trigger or... What just happened? A familiar noise disrupted Ink's thoughts. Greetings and salutations, contestants. I pray you're all having fun. With no monitor in sight, it was difficult for Ink to pinpoint where Scent's voice was coming from. He lowered his head and listened. As for your next course of action, you'll notice that there are 4 elevators in this room. In a few seconds, the elevators will open. I suggest you have a look at them. Or you could die. Well, that was underwhelming. At least he has the decency to not waste our time. Just as Scent had promised, the elevators had all opened. Each sported a lit monitor. This seems pretty similar to the console in that first hallway. So it's a hand scanner? Looks like it. The other contestants called out from all corners of the room. There's one over here, too. And in this one. It would appear there's one in each of the elevators. Let's see here. Ray placed his hand on the scanner. Nothing. Is it not working? I think he wants us to ride in different elevators. Oh, what makes you say that? Just a hunch. It's worth a try at least. Okay, but there are 5 of us and 4 elevators, so... Hey, listen up. Everyone get into a different elevator. When I count to 3, put your hand on the scanner. Ink could hear the other contestants following Ray's instructions. Each of them made their way into a different elevator. Oh, so am I going to get a choice who to go with? He noticed. Hold on a second. There are 5 of us, but only 4 elevators. Oh, right. Looks like you'll have to double up with someone. Who should I go with? Up to you, I guess. Just hurry up and choose. Ink looked at the 4 open elevators. Ray stood in the first. Lisa stood in the second. Beth stood in the third. Finally, Aether stood in the fourth, shaking like a leaf. Why is she so jittery? Bah, I should just hurry up and pick one. It's not like it'll matter. Oh, yes, it will. Alright then. Shoot. Well, I wanted to go with Lisa since I just said she was my favorite, but... Aether's being so fragile. Aether. Aether might have tried to force a smile, but if she did, it was the most pathetic smile Ink had ever seen. Okay, something is definitely wrong here. Ink tiptoed into the elevator, making sure to give the girl some space. Alright, everyone, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The elevator doors behind him closed, robbing the elevator of any outside light. Hey, Ink. Thanks for coming with me. Oh, don't mention it. You looked a little lonely, to be honest. I hate closed spaces. My hands get all clammy and I get short of breath and, oh, what's that called? Claustrophobia. I think. Yeah, I think that's the term both for the general fear and for the actual phobia. Yep, she's claustrophobic. Anyway, I hope someone would keep me company. I hope you don't find that selfish of me. Aw, come on, that's hardly selfish. Besides, everyone's afraid of something. Okay, I'm starting to feel like this is actually the choice you were supposed to have picked. That they weren't all equal. Aether. But this is pathetic. I'm pathetic. Aether, that's... I'm going to die here. That's what it's telling me. This is just one big coffin. Whoa, hang on. I know, the same way I know about your... Aether, are you talking to me, or... So strong today? Aether, you need to calm down. What are you trying to tell me? Slowly now. I'm sorry, I don't even really know what I'm saying. My head is all messed up. This looks like more than simple claustrophobia. Is there anything I can do to help? The girl shook her head. It looked like all they could do was wait for the elevator ride to end. Poor thing, she's trembling. Wow, this is, get, getting kind of feely. Right in the feels, man. Aether looked up at him. She opened her mouth to speak, but another voice filled the elevator instead. Hello, contestants. The synthetic voice made both of them jump. Ink guided a nearly paralyzed Aether to the corner of the elevator to get a better view of the monitor. Sure enough, in the middle of the screen. I hope you're enjoying the rides thus far. Wait, have we started moving already? Maybe we are. We've been going so slowly that it's hard to tell. However, I'm afraid this ride is about to take a turn for the worse. I would strongly advise evacuating this elevator as soon as possible. Of friggin' course. What's that? It's too late to evacuate? How unfortunate. I'll admit my timing on that one could have been better. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. A recent study confirms that most people would prefer drowning to being crushed or burned alive. This is, of course, completely related to exit corners. Wow, he's just so casually evil. Props. I gotta give props for that. I can't imagine anyone wanting to drown. However, if the alternatives are really that awful... Ha, ha, aha. Goodbye. Ah, crap. Ah, ink below us! Ink didn't have to look. He could already feel it at his feet. Water. Fuck, we're sinking! Ink slammed his fist on the elevator's closed doors, but it was useless. There wasn't anyone in the elevator hall to help them. He tried to wedge his fingers between the two steel doors, hoping to pry them open, but only succeeded in bruising his knuckles. When that didn't work, he wailed on the door some more. Let me out of here! Are we going to... Ink? Ink looked worse than ever before. Her shaking Aether. Her shaking worsened, and every word she spoke fought to escape her throat. Ink put his hand on her shoulder. He didn't expect the gesture to calm her down, but he didn't know what else to do. It was at that moment that Ink noticed something had appeared on the monitor at the back of the elevator. A puzzle. Ink felt a small fire welling up inside of him. This was no time for hesitation. What's going to happen to us? I know you're scared, Aether, but try to stay calm. I'm going to get you out of here, okay? Okay. Wow. Real knight in shining armor we got here. The puzzle. It's obviously here for a reason. I think if we solve it, we'll be alright. It's not like we have a choice. We need to solve this thing. And fast. Don't drown. That's helpful. Maybe we need to, okay. Can we rearrange it so that it points up? No? Okay, maybe if we use negative space again. No, So, okay, for that to... Okay. I don't know if there's actually a time limit. Haha! Easy peasy. It's, yeah, the exact same puzzle. That looks about right, but... Aether fell silent. She waded through the waist-high water and gripped Ink's hand so hard she almost crushed it. Ink closed his eyes. All he could do now was wait. Waiting. Ink's eyes shot open as he heard the doors behind him do the same. Whatever water remained in the elevator spilled into the room. Ink let it carry him out onto the cold, hard floor. Ha! Ha ha! Ah ha ha ha! Ink! Would you mind? Hey, I'm allowed to laugh. I almost had a heart attack back there. All of the elevators returned at once, it seems. Why don't you help me check up on the others then, if you're in such high spirits? Sure, I can do that. Ray and Aether were standing by the wall closest to Ink. Ray seemed a little shaken, but otherwise fine. Okay, come on. Where's Lisa? Where's Best Girl? No offense, Aether, but... I'm a little worried about Aether. I mean, look at her. She's practically shivering. I think she just needs some time to regain her composure. I'll have a word with her just to be safe. That leaves one contestant. Is she just in deep in thought or is something wrong? Whew, okay, she's not dead. Hey, are you alright? Did it happen to you, too? Just look around, Lisa. Everyone's soaked from the thighs down. What do you think? Oh, is that? Right, you're right. Of course. Did you solve the puzzle? Did it even show up? Oh no, did you solve the puzzle? Did it even show up for you? I saw it, but didn't solve it. Did you? Yeah, we managed to solve it. I guess arranged it so that if one of us solved the puzzle, it would raise all 4 elevators. Thank God he had the decency to set it up that way. Gee, what a stand-up guy. Remind me to attend his next charity dinner. I guess hoping for a thank you was a bit optimistic of me. Anyway, Ink, it seems your friend was right after all. Oh? The 4 Elements was, in fact, demolished before I was even born. My father sent me a message while I was in the elevator. He said the same thing your friend did. So what's your dad going to do now? He says he's going to have his men check out downtown Bellbridge, where the hotel used to stand. I'm not sure how much good that'll do. My father will find me. That's a guarantee. Alright, if you say so. A strange clicking sound made Ink turn his head. What was that? It looks like that solving the puzzle unlocked the door to the stairwell. I think that's the only way forward. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so now I'm kind of wondering if Aether would have been more or less fine. I mean, okay, what it's looking like to me is that everyone, everyone's having their own secrets, and you just kind of have to choose who to get close to. I wonder, should I be focusing on a specific person? Ink scratched his head. Something was off. Is anyone else getting the impression that this game seems a bit too linear? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Go through a door, solve a puzzle, unlock the next door, repeat. When Sent said that we needed to discover the exit, I thought there would be some kind of large maze-like compound to explore. There are traps and stuff for sure, but the game's actual structure is a lot simpler than I had expected. It's linear because it has to be. Huh? What do you mean by that? Everything in this hotel is automated. The mechanism that unlocks the doors, the puzzles, sends messages, and even the traps. They all seem to run themselves using sensors and switches. No external input required. From a design standpoint, having the game be linear makes it a hell of a lot easier to plan out. Even in the rooms where we don't need to press any switches, the messages could be set to play after a short delay. The one back in the lounge worked like that, I think. But if Sent doesn't need to operate the game in any way, then what is he doing right now? Do you think he's watching us somehow? Worse. Sent is one of us. What? How could you say that? I've been considering the possibility for some time now. Ray's analysis of the trap really put it into perspective, though. One of us is Sent. Hey now, let's not jump to conclusions here. Ink, listen. Exit Corners is a game, or so we've been told. Games are for people's amusement. Whose amusement? Not mine, that's for sure. This game was made to please Sent. He must get a kick out of watching people squirm. Now, what do you suppose would be the easiest way to observe and keep track of us? By pretending to be a contestant. Is that what you're getting at? Precisely. He's got a front row seat to his own twisted game. Why would Sent put themselves at such risk? Not only the traps, but if any of us found out who they really were. Well, he probably knows the locations of the traps and the solutions to the puzzles. Ow. And I suppose his plan is to avoid getting caught. But Ink racked his brain trying to find something that could prove Lisa wrong. His search was fruitless. As much as he didn't want to believe it, Lisa's theory was plausible. Don't tell me that it never once crossed your mind, Ink. Well, Ink stammered, unable to come up with a suitable reply. Just who are you, Sent? What are you after? Are you really one of us? End chapter. Okay, possible twist I'm thinking of. Okay, I'm sure this has been done before. In fact, it may even be a cliche, but what if we are Sent? What if, maybe that voice at the start was Sent, and that's an alternate personality of us that we have no memory of. Oh, yeah, So, okay, this is surprisingly interesting now that I've started playing it again. I know this episode stretched on a little longer. Once I kind of got into all the plot twists and quick cliffhangers, I found it hard to quit. Let's see, the next chapter is called One Step at a Time. And yeah, so yeah, I'm finding this game more interested than I thought. Who knows, maybe I'll actually try to play it in one huge episode, or like maybe even just on my own time. But anyways, so alright, that was Exit Corners. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you thought by using the like and or comment buttons below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.